All right, let's bring our guest on before she says, I'm not going on with these people. These people are nuts.
Look, I signed up.
There she is.
There she is. Let's welcome to the BS podcast. Do I just call you Jeannie O'Donnell? That's what it says on your thing. Just Jeannie?
No, I didn't know if I needed a nickname or something cool, so I just put my name like lame.
No. It's all good. So again, Jeannie, I saw her on this Netflix show called LoveCon Revenge, and she wasn't even the focal point. It was a story, and we'll elaborate on it here in a second, but it was a story about this girl that got scammed by this guy that said he was in the military, and she was getting screwed over big time, and it went from Boston and then ended up somehow here in Orlando, and then he started dating this other girl, insert Jeannie, and I'm watching it, I'm going, Orlando girl, we got to get her on the show. And I think you were the reason, right, that the guy eventually got caught, right?
Yeah. I was the missing piece, I guess you should say.
Right, exactly. So walk me through this. I mean, you obviously know the story from front to back, but, walk me through the story and then how you got involved with the actual television program.
So, do you want to know the whole dating story, the beginning of it?
With the other girl. Yeah, with the other girl.
Well, I didn't know about the other girl until obviously we were dating, me and this guy, Ricky. I can say names on here, right?
Sure. He's on Netflix.
Whatever. Yeah. We don't really like him. But so me and Ricky were dating. It just got a little weird. He took some money from me. I lended it to him. So I will say I'm not going to be one of those people who says he stole it from me, but he did kind of con me out of some money. And then all of a sudden he kind of ghosted. And when that happened, I had some weird gut feelings and it just felt really awkward. And what happened was I started, I actually went anonymously on one of those, are you dating the same guys? You ever see those sites on Facebook?
Yeah.
They're great. They're absolutely great if you're bored and you really just want to get some intel and some stuff going on. Nowadays, you just put somebody's first name in and all this stuff starts populating. And of course, the one time I don't do it is the guy that I date and he takes the money from me and it is what it is. But I ended up going on there anonymously first, and I just posted him. And the whole storyline is that a few girls in Orlando was I know this guy, went out with him, and things started pieces started falling into place. And then I decided, I'm going to do this not anonymously. I'm just going to go on and just kind of post because I have a lot of friends that are on it. And when I did that, I decided to look up his name first. And this girl, Cecilia, who is pretty much, she works with the PI over in, I don't know where she is. She's actually in London right now. She lives in London, but she works with the PI over here in the United States. She posted all this stuff about trying to find Ricky. And it kind of just, I saw this site, face was right there. And I was like, can I swear on this site?
Sure. Yeah.
It's oh, damn, shit. Fuck, this is the guy. This is the guy.
Can I swear? Darn it.
You know what I mean? I don't, what's going on? And I ended up contacting the person that posted it. And it was this whole big, downfall of what happened, of that we were dating somebody. He was a runaway from, I don't want to say he was an ex-con. He just he had a warrant out for his arrest in Rhode Island, in the Boston area, Rhode Island, I guess, Providence. And he basically fled because he had a warrant out for his arrest in Rhode Island, came down to Orlando, started dating me, did the same thing that he did to the girl in Rhode Island, and started dating me, took my money, took her money, and all the pieces kind of got put together. So it was kind of crazy. It really was. But then me and the ex-girlfriend, Bridget, started chit-chatting. It was actually kind of crazy because the day that we figured out, my heart's pounding because it was a week after, you know what I mean? So my heart was just it just happened. And we exchanged Instagrams and all this crazy stuff. And she's like, where does he live? Do you know where he lives? And I'm like, I can tell you right, my New York side, because I'm from New York, my New York side comes out of me. And I was like, I'll show you exactly where he lives. We're going to go by his, and I drove by the house and I'm sitting there taking photos and videos of his car. I went a little bit crazy, but it was really intense.
I don't understand this guy, Ricky. And again, if you watch the show on Netflix, Love Con Revenge, I mean, you see him, he talks, they get him, all that good stuff. Like, I'm looking at you, Jeannie. You're a very attractive woman.
Thank you.
Ricky was not a very attractive man. So,
well, don't give me bad credit. He was okay.
Good for Ricky.
Really, he wasn't. And
he won.
And I'm sitting there in my mind going, how does this dude not only pull this, but end up taking dollar hairs from Hot Jeannie when Ugly Ricky shouldn't be taking doll hairs from anybody?
Dude, she lives in Eustis. It's slim pickings.
Maybe, I guess. So Cecilia, you talk about Cecilia.
Yeah.
She's the PI on the television show, right?
Yeah, she works with the PI. So she's doing the investigation. She's not technically a PI, so I don't want to say anything like the wrong saying, but she's working very well because Cecilia she started off and she did the Tinder Swindler. I don't know if you guys ever watched that on Netflix. That was the big one a couple of years ago, like during the COVID year. So everybody was sitting there. It was one of the hottest documentaries ever. So
Cecilia's the blonde then. She's the main girl. Oh, okay. I got it. She's not the black girl that's helping her.
Yeah. And Cecilia is the one that was from the Tinder Swindler that Netflix really started. Yeah. So Cecilia is a very big advocate of, crimes like this, men against, women against, both. There is times where like men get conned too. So I never want to be one of these people that go on and say like, oh, women don't do this to men, because I think women do it to men too. We just, you're better at it. I don't know.
Women do it to women. Women do it to women too.
Women do it to women. Like it happens to everybody. Men do it to men. Women do it to women. I mean, even just putting this out there, there's been an influx of people coming in and just talking to me about like, this has happened to me in anything in the trade world of Bitcoin, of somebody came over and they wanted to like start a business. Like con artists happen everywhere. And this was just more of like love and relationships and how somebody pretty much love bombs you the entire time. I had, the reason I think really now deep down inside of it, and interrupt me if you ever need to start chit chatting because I can talk a little bit. So I apologize.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I had a relationship prior before Ricky. He was great, wonderful guy. I would never say anything bad about him, but relationship ended. It didn't end great, like it happened, and you're kind of like sad about it, devastated. Things happened. And, I think Ricky came around and he wasn't the guy that I'm usually going for. He's not really, like you said, he wasn't like this diamond in the rough that I was like, whoa, this guy's hot, you know what I mean? Like this is my Travis Kelce to my Taylor Swift,
So you don't normally date ugly guys?
I think mid-range. You gotta,
Ben's looking.
Ugly guys need love too.
Yeah. By the way, Ben is, if you're lesbian, Foxx is looking. If you're straight,
I might switch. You never know. After some of these, I have some other stories.
I'm willing to break somebody in. You know what I'm saying?
If you're straight, Ben is looking, and they're both.
I love it.
They're both great people.
Good to know. Good to know. I have some options.
Just so people know, this Ricky guy, again, based off of what I saw on Love Con Revenge on Netflix, how I saw Jeannie, is that his con was with the original girl. Is that he was ex-military and he needed money to give to his best friend who was killed in action, which he was there and saw him get shot. The show, then they go to this guy who's deceased and did die in the military, honorably serving, to his family and say, do you know this Ricky guy? They're like, we have no idea. Our son was not shot. He was blown up and we have no idea what you're talking about. But this Ricky guy went over and beyond, got this dude's name tattooed on his under on his forearm. I mean, he was all out. So when he was taking your money, Jeannie, was he using the same line as he used with the other girl, is that he needed money for this family?
I think so. When you watch the show, I think what happens in it is that storyline kind of goes a little bit south for him. Because how it works is that Ricky was dating Bridget. they find out that everything's a lie. They go and see Clarence was his name. That was an active military, got killed overseas. Like it was a sad story, but he used Clarence and his story and his legacy to kind of explain how he has, you know, PTSD, all this stuff to bridge it. And I think what happened was, which I didn't know about it, obviously at the time, is that they went after Ricky and they found him, and the private investigators find him in, you know, the Rhode Island area and start bringing it up. And that's when they brought him up the cameras, and it's crazy in the show. And they just say, you know, we know you're lying. You're lying about Clarence. He never did this. He didn't have kids. You're not sending him any money. Where's the money? And I think when that happened, he probably realized that story and that lie that he's been telling probably so many people fizzled, and he can't do it anymore because he might get caught again. And that's when he ran to Orlando in the Florida area. And he brought it up a few times when we were dating, like, but he never really like honed in on it. And that was like his main story. The reason why he needed my money is because he had a failed sale. He was in like a trading of old cell phones. He made it seem, I didn't know nothing about sales. I know nothing about, you know, cell phone use. And the whole storyline is, and he made it so believable, is that T-Mobile and Verizon, all these cell phone places are usually privately owned. A lot of them, not every single one, but some of them are privately owned, and you own them through T-Mobile and you own the store and you everything in it. I know nothing about it. I just assumed he was telling me the truth. And basically he says that when some of these cell phone stores, especially Sprint, which I was on, just got traded into T-Mobile, which is a merger, a lot of their storefronts close, which is, you know, you see them going up and down. I don't know. I'm like, oh,
Jeannie,
cool.
Jeannie, you look back on this whole cell phone story and you're like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, drink for being stupid, right?
I know. It's one of those things where I'm just like, what the hell was I thinking? And basically there was some kind of like, because he was in the military and because he was active duty, he did tell me that he made some connections when he was overseas. They needed some cell phones. It was cheaper to buy from here than ship them over. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, why would you go into this huge lie about things if it's not true? Like, it just didn't make any sense. So I believed him. And there was basically a sale that went bad. It was a $50,000 sale, and him and his partner went in 25. And actually, I'm sorry, $40,000, 20 and 20. They were going to resell everything that all their profits or all their stuff for 50,000. So it would be a profit of 10 grand. Again, I'm not good at money. I was blonde at the time. No offense, Melissa. You know, I mean, blonde people, sometimes you have that reputation as girls. And it was just one of those things where I'm just like, okay.
How much do you take from him?
$12,000.
All right. So explain this to me. Okay. Cause they didn't explain this on this Netflix show, Love Con Revenge, Jeannie.
Yeah.
This Ricky character that scammed all these women out of money. Mm-hmm. You're telling me that he scammed you out of $12,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, he made me take a loan out. And then he talked me into taking a loan out.
That's what I was going to ask is, how did he ask you? Were you at dinner? Was it after sex? Were you in bed?
Well, you know, it was more the fact that, like, I think he didn't ask right away. He was very patient about it, which is, I commend him for that. He didn't just like come out and ask me. And if he did, I probably would have said no right away, but it was more of a scare tactic. Like, these people are after me. They know where you live. They know where I am. I can't come over to your house. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. Like, I have this friend. I can get $5 grand from this person. I just need another 15 grand. I'm trying to.
But where were you? What were you doing? Like, were you in the living room? Were you in the
living room? Yeah, I was in the living room.
A sit down conversation. I need to talk to you. I need $12,000. And nowhere at that moment, you're like, that's a lot of money. I just met this Ricky character and I'm in Eustis, Florida. He's 12K. This could be
Orlando, Florida.
Okay, so it was
This could be a hornswoggle.
Yeah.
Never thought.
How long?
Yeah. How long had you known him? And why didn't you do a Google search for buyout phone scam? Because it came right up.
Yeah, I know. Every single thing that I think of now was like the smart thing to do. And then I just sit there and I go, I was dumb. It was like stupid mistakes. I think it was that I was blinded, but I think it was more like, I thought that if I did this for this guy, he'll see that I'm a ride or die. And he knows that I'm here for him, and he'll know that I'm here for anything. And I'll be there and I'll help. I don't know. I can't even explain to you why I didn't do it. And the worst part about it, I think, is when it came up, I did the loan thing on my phone. He would say, no, actually, no, I can't have you into this. I can't get you into this. I don't want you to do this. And I'm like, thinking about it. I didn't do it right away. And then it was like, he came back the next day, and then we're talking, he's stressed and he's walking back and forth, pacing. And you just see like just the worry and the freaking out. And you're just like, I don't know. It'd just be like, if you had a sister or a brother, and you're just like, I need to help this person because I care about him.
Were there no other men in your life at that time? You could have picked somebody else that didn't need 12K.
My dating life is a mess. We're going to go down that rabbit hole. We get the whole subject because.
How did you originally? So you live in Orlando, not Houston. Fox tells me you live in Orlando.
No, I thought Eustis.
No, it's okay. Orlando, Florida, downtown.
Okay, so you're a downtown girl, which has turned into a nightmare from back in the day. I don't know how old you are. Back in my heyday in the 90s, it was awesome. Now it's like,
it's great.
It was hard. So where did you meet this Ricky character, and how did the connection start?
We actually met on Tinder, which is, and it's funny because I'm a dating app girl. Like, I love it. I go on dating apps all the time, but I hated Tinder because I thought Tinder was the worst of all of them. Like, just like, they're not there for anything. They're just there for hookups. Men on Tinder are just there for sex. It's just like, whatever. It's no big deal. And it turned into, I think I was bored with what I was on. I was on Hinge, I was on Bumble, and I was just like, these are the same people. Let me just go on Tinder. Maybe I'll just find some like fun little guy right now. No big deal. We'll just have a couple drinks, go out. I just needed it from like the breakup and the ex-boyfriend thing. And I'm just like, I'll just go on Tinder. Like, no big deal. And I went on and Ricky, we matched, and I didn't even want to go out with him. I found him and I was like, oh, this guy's not really like who I usually go out with, like whatever, and he was so persistent and so like, no, I'm going to pick you up. Where do you live? I'm going to pick you up. And I broke every single rule with him. I don't know why. Like, I usually don't have guys pick me up. I usually go and meet somewhere just for safety purposes. I think that's a huge like red flag. Like, just from my personal opinion, I don't want people to know where I live. And for some reason it was like, he's like, no, I'll come get you. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to get picked up. I do want to get taken like a princess. I do want somebody to like open the door for me and do all this stuff because it just feels good. And yeah, Tinder.
All right. Where did you go downtown?
We ended up going to, what's the place across from the porch on Orange Avenue?
I don't even know what the porch is. That's something.
Is that Sodo?
Yeah, past Sodo on Orange Avenue. It's but not the waterfront area, and it's not the porch. It's Vanberry's.
Oh, okay. So you're not like downtown, like Chillers and all that stuff.
No. Downtown is a little.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, been out of the game.
It was Sunday. It was a Sunday. It was during football season. It was during playoffs. It was Sunday. It was a brunch. So we're like, let's go to Vanberry's because he told me he lived over by like Lake Nona area. So I thought that was kind of like a in between kind of thing. Ish, I guess. It really wasn't, but it's closer to me. But
did you hook up with him on the first date? You did.
No.
Yes, you did.
She did.
Okay, so let's be honest.
Ugly Ricky.
Hold on. Let's just.
He had it going on. He had some moves. I tell you.
So again, you're talking to a 50-year-old guy that's been married 13 years, but back in the day, I was very good at dating. I was a very good bachelor.
That's what they all say.
But I won. You should see my wife. You should meet her. She's amazing. So but the dating game has totally changed. Like, I've never been an app guy, this and this and that. Yeah, one night stands and hookups. I get that. But let's be honest, women, just like guys, have certain needs, certain wants, especially if you're vulnerable, just got out of a relationship and you're like, hey, look, I'm mad at this guy, especially I want to get laid. That's the thing. So again, let's be honest. You went on, especially a Tinder, and you're like, I'm going to find a guy. If I just
have fun,
remotely like him, I'm probably going to sleep with him. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. So you meet this Ricky guy. You're like, okay, he's saying all the right things. He's doing all the right things. 1 to 10, yeah, maybe a 6-ish, but I can deal with it. There's some things that I like. And then you go back. Am I right so far?
Yeah, 4-ish, 5-ish,
Yeah, I was being nice. So you then take him back to your house, or you go back to his house?
My house.
Your house. Okay, so who initiates that? Do you say, hey, why don't you come in and let's watch a movie, or we
wanted to watch the rest of the football game. That was the whole, because it was playoff. Like I said, it was playoff season. I'm a big football fan, so I'm like, all right, whatever. We did brunch, and then it turned into we still wanted to hang out. We went to the movies, and then after that, we went to another bar to watch. And the funny thing is, here's the kicker: it was January, and I was doing dry January, so I wasn't even drunk. So I can't even blame this on alcohol and stupid decisions. It was literally my own brain, which is
when you were. Did he stay the night?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he left around like 8:00 in the morning.
Okay, so when he left, were you satisfied? And did you have the urge to I've got to see, this is the guy, I got to see him again? Or were you like, it was a good time, it was fun, thank God it was safe, I'm going to move on with my life?
To be honest, I don't even remember. I remember everything up to it. I don't remember that part of it, like the bedroom scene part, whatever, we were hooking up on the couch, we moved over to the bed, everything's great, but it's it wasn't mind blowing, this is unbelievable. It just was, I think it was
I've
everything
always
else
wanted
that
it to be.
It's Ricky.
Yeah, it was. It's just it's fine. It works.
Hey, Ricky's a stud. Ricky.
So it wasn't worth.
I did my own work to make it work, so it's fine.
Wasn't worth $12,000, is what you're saying.
It was not worth $12,000. No.
By the way, did you get paid by networks? Again, $12,000. Did it all even out?
No, they only give you a little bit for your time and effort. The days that they film, and they give you a couple bucks for it here and there, but because it's a documentary, the rules of documentaries are that they can't pay you to be on it, because then it's not really, they're not, that's how they explain it to me. It's not really like a documentary. They didn't come and find you. It's not like you're not they're not paying you for answers. And I think if they pay you, they could sway your reasoning or the way that you say things.
So I've said this a million times before, is that, look, drink for being stupid. You get, not just you, but just in general, you gave the guy the money. It not necessarily you got scammed, but here's the caveat. And I've learned this, is that, if you're dishonest about what you need the money for, that's where the scam part comes into play.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be as simple as, I need $1,000, for my grandmother, and you go and you gamble it. You then can report that person as scamming you. I've now then learned this. So that, for those that are listening going, Bailey, you're just being nice to this girl. You've always said drink for being stupid, give him the money. But, he roped you in and lied to you about what the money was for. And in turn, I'm sure you found out that the $12,000 was for just play money, right? It wasn't for anything in particular.
Yeah, basically what happens is, because you get mind fucked, you get love bombed, you get mind fucked, you get the whole. There's a lot of stuff on Netflix that we talked about that didn't get aired. My part was very, very small. There's a lot to it that talked about making roots here, talked about a house. He came from the Boston area. He sold his house over there. He had fake statements of house bills of things that he was buying here. He was supposed to buy a house in Lake Nona. He made a fake deed up that he was going to go buy into it. And there was a lot of stuff that never really showed how manipulated this person really is, and all this other crazy stuff. And I think at a certain point, I'm 40, and I know I was dating him, I think it was, I don't know, 39-ish, 38, turning 39. You want to find the person. You want to be in love. You want somebody to be there for you. You want to set roots. You want to do everything. And you get to a point of as a woman, for me at least, I wanted to find that person so badly that I all the red flags and all the things that were like hitting my head saying, this isn't the right thing to do, kind of went out the window. Cause I was like, I can handle it.
He's creating a pretend life. He's weaving all this stuff. So
we had
how do you uncreate that? Are you getting some help, therapy, anything to help?
A lot of alcohol.
No. Seriously,
it ain't dry January.
Seriously,
you're talking to a woman that died twice off of fentanyl, so she knows about,
I get that. No, seriously, are you getting some help to undo the damage?
Yeah. I've started doing therapy because I think it's a lot down the road too. Like there's a lot of stuff in my life, like with relationship wise. I had a great family. I have great parents. I have no bad childhood that would be like, oh, I've had a really tough life. Like if I needed anything, if my parents, like if I had a problem and I'd be like, I need some money, I need help, they would bail me out of anything. I think it's just, I've always had troubles in the love department. And I think it's just one of those things where I have to be able to talk to somebody about like why I let these people in or why I let this. So Ricky, the whole story with Ricky and what happened, like I've been talking to therapists and been talking to like getting into the deeper side of it. Like, why is it that this guy was the one that did it? Why is it that you do these things where like you might go off with somebody, you just like hook up with them and it's like you don't feel like you're trying to fill a void that might not actually be filled. So
I can answer that for you. I'm really, I take pride in reading people that I just, so if you don't mind, I'd like to take a shot at this and please tell me if I'm off.
Okay.
You're 40 years old, right?
Yep.
You have been for the most of your life, a fun girl, a party girl. You've enjoyed your single days, which would tell me that there, as you look back now, probably not only a lot of mistakes that you've made now, not then, because then it was fun, but there were probably a lot of opportunities with guys that you screwed up because you didn't want it at that time because you were having such a good time. Yeah. Now you've reached that 40-year-old age. All of your friends are married. They're having kids. They've settled down. And you're telling yourself you're in a rush, especially if you want children. So because of that, you're now forcing yourself to settle for guys that you should not and normally would never settle for. And that's why you're getting screwed over, because there are guys that can read that. They can smell that a mile away.
Am
I right?
100%.
Thank you.
Can I add one more thing?
Go for it, Melissa.
I think that your confidence level has dropped as well.
Oh,
I don't think you're as confident. And dating has changed. We've talked about that before, right, Bailey? Where the whole atmosphere, we don't know how to act. We don't know how to find people anymore because the whole thing has changed. You know, you go into church is ridiculous, at least for a gay woman. Forget that. You know, they kick me right out the door and are afraid the whole thing is going to implode. You know, you can library, grocery store. Nowadays, you only find heavyset people in the aisles. Everybody.
Nope, stop. That's not true.
Costco. I heard Costco's the place to go. I signed up for a Costco membership.
Or instant shoppers.
Hold on.
Instant shoppers.
Let me tell Jeannie my trick, my secret that very little people know on where to find the guy of your dreams. And you'll never in a million years think of this. Publix.
BOGO.
BOGO. Okay.
BOGO.
Everybody loves BOGO. So the idea of finding the perfect mate is to automatically have chemistry because of something in common. Yeah. So if you go to Publix, usually on the weekend, right, they're having their BOGO specials, and you find somebody that's buying something that you would too buy, then you can strike up a conversation. Oh, 8 bottles of Ken salad dressing. That's a lot of salad dressing.
BOGO though, so you get even more.
You're buying 4, but you're getting 8. You go, that's crazy. I love salad too. And then this guy then says, yeah, you know, I'm big into health. I actually, I'm a personal trainer, so I eat salads all the time, and recently divorced because my ex-wife, she loves to give my kids a bunch of junk food, so I'm trying to get them to eat more salads. Dude, you just learned everything you need to know about that guy, and you're not even on a date. And then that's when you pull you sound amazing. You would, and a like really good guy. You wouldn't happen to be single now, are you? Well, I am. Well, would you mind making me a salad?
Got plenty of dressing.
Would you like to toss my salad?
Oh,
but you see,
boom.
Jeannie, you see what I'm saying right there. So now
Publix. I live right down the street. Like I live right down from Publix, right there.
See,
The
Publix.
downtown one. I go there all the time.
Try the BOGO dating tactic. Yeah. And
maybe I should like wear a little like microphone and like actually like go around and like do like a podcast and just talk about it. And we can do like weekly meetings and be like, did you meet anybody?
We call it the Bailey BOGO dating technique.
Yeah, just come back on the show next week we record. Come back on the show. If you do it, I'm gonna, because we've been talking through DM on Instagram. I'm gonna give you my cell. Shoot me a text and let me know if you do it seriously. And I'm telling you, it's going to work.
Is this the gay Publix that you're?
It's the one. It's the one right downtown.
Fern Creek.
It's the gay Publix.
No, she's Fern Creek.
No, this is the one that's on Pine. I shouldn't really say it because I live right, but whatever. It's like, you can see it right there, Paramount. It's right underneath Paramount. So it's like it's the one right by the Lake Eola one.
The gay Publix is buy one, 3 free. Yeah, that's totally different Publix.
I love that Publix. That's the nice Publix. It's so clean. Everybody's polite.
The Publix on Shine actually for like 10 years in a row was the #1 dating spot in Orlando via Orlando Weekly.
Really?
Yeah. For like 10 years in a row.
What I decided to do this. So Publix has this one thing, and I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to take your advice. Is they have, but I think I'm going to bring it bring a stool or a chair or something, and a sign behind me. You know what I mean? And there's a section in Publix that does the pre-made foods and the meals and everything like that. But they do singles, and they do these single packages, and they go in there, and you could just take them home and you put them. I do them all the time down here. And I thought about it like a month ago, and I'm like, I should just sit at a stool, and anytime somebody grabs one of the single ones, and they don't grab 2, or they maybe grab 2, and I could just be like, single? Is that dinner for 2?
Love it.
Wednesday on $5 sushi day.
Yeah.
There's a day, and then you go, if they only grab one package of the $5 sushi, then you go, hey, have you got a lunch date?
So Jeannie, whatever happened to Ricky, the bad guy that's scamming the women out of money that was all on Netflix's LoveCon Revenge? Whatever happened to this guy?
So other than the stuff that you haven't seen on Netflix, there is still some more, but whatever. We won't even get into that part. But there's parts that he got arrested here in Orlando. It was July 3rd. So I found out he got arrested. That was on the show. You know, they pull out with the guns. You're under arrest, all this stuff. Yeah. He was here in Orlando, I think, for a month in the holding center, like over at, OBT prison. It's lovely place,
Right.
And here for a month, and they transferred him back to Rhode Island area. And I think he had a lawyer, got out for a little bit, whatever. He got out on bond, had some trials. And the day that the show aired on the 5th was his actual sentencing day. And he got sentenced. They put him in. He got sentenced for not only, but he got sentenced for 3 years.
Wow.
Out in 5 months on good behavior, which is kind of bullshit, but whatever. But he got sentenced for 3 years, out on 5 months. If he's on good behavior, he has to go to, I think intoxication and drug therapy, and he has to also go through mental health therapy through the state and everything. And then he also has to pay back Bridget. What is it? Restitution for almost $14,000 to Bridget. It wasn't for me because I never put any Florida charges on him because technically I really didn't have any proof. I didn't have him going to an ATM. The banks were he wasn't in the bank with you. We can't even see that you just handed him money. And that was the thing that kind of sucks. I'm like, if you ever do this, don't, girls or guys, but film it. get them to sign it, do something that you see that you have it. Because the only thing that we have is text messages back and forth with him paying me back. And it was just like, we can't prove that he took any, like, there's no proof. And it is what it is. It's just a loss for me.
Has he contacted you since?
Oh, yeah. On different phone numbers, cell phones during this whole thing. When they shot the thing with Netflix, they had to reach out to him and say, like, hey, if you have time to speak, you have time to talk to us. Like, what do you want to say? Like, you don't have to, but we're giving you the chance because we're going to put this out there. And they told us they were going to say something to him. And he messaged me like the same day. Like, I can't believe you. You're such a liar. This is ridiculous. I told you I was going to pay you back. You told me not to worry about it. And I'm like, well, I told you, like, don't give me the 12 grand right away. But like payment plans of $500, $1,000 a month would be nice. But you've been gone for almost a year and a half without talking to me. So like, kind of like, fuck you, man.
Did he reach out and like, hey, I'll get you the money back. Let's go grab a drink and let's talk. Did you try to rekindle?
He didn't know. He never tried to rekindle. Never like that. But he was just very angry and very like tries to turn everything around. Like, it's my fault. I was the one that gave him the money. I was the one that said it was okay for him to not pay me back right away. But it was like, it just bullshit. Just very like mean, narcissistic. Like, I can't believe you were there. You told me that like all these things that like you had my back. You knew how crazy Bridget is, his ex-girlfriend. She's crazy. She's just, talking shit.
Would you, are you dating anybody right now?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Would you?
Been on a couple dates, but not dating.
Okay. Would you be interested in going out on a date with the guy above you on the screen? He's a nice guy. I can vouch for him. He's very.
I'm going to date with everybody.
He's very liked in his community in Sanford. He's like,
I love it.
He's a thing. Like, he's a thing, right?
It depends on who who does he watch for his football team, because that
Bucks.
was
I heard Bucks.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Patriots.
but
Buffalo Bills.
Patriots, at least the division.
No. But see,
we won.
But that's
okay. Finally.
Yeah, right. But you're two totally different divisions, So Bills and Bucks, you still can coexist until the Super Bowl, if right?
Ricky was a Patriots fan, FYI.
Right, exactly. So anyway, outside of that, you and the Ball Badger. I mean, it might go slow, but either way, he's a great friend. If it doesn't work out,
I'm down.
This dude hasn't been on a date in a long time, right?
Does he know how to date?
I don't think so. So this is even better. You're going to have to kind of walk him through this a little bit. He's a little timid, but he's a gentle giant. He's a large, bald man with a bunch of. Here's the kicker with Ben. Right? Here's the kicker with Ben. Ben is outside of being like the most talented graphic designer that I've ever met.
Oh, nice.
Okay. He is an extremely talented musician in a band at good one good with his mouth.
He's a front man, lead front guy.
And at one time was in a successful band that got radio play. All right. Back in the early 2000s. If you're a rock chick, you might even remember. So there's a lot, and I don't want to give away any more because this is conversation that you two. There's a lot of
night, yeah. Don't give too much on the first, talk. You have to like leave some. For
I haven't given anything.
No, I know it's
so.
Your wingman is tossing all the shit out there.
So here's, and don't say it like that because I'm a damn good wingman, Foxx.
Hey, I didn't say it was a problem. Just like it's like you're going to be quiet when you're on a date with when I'm on a date.
So here's what I propose. Okay, you two, I'll connect you guys after this show.
Yeah.
Is that, Ben, you set up a place where you guys can do, a nice little lunch and some drinks or just coffee or something. But I am going to offer up both of you to come in to a live ozone therapy spa on me and do whatever the therapies you want to do, ozone, red light, presso. It's not like a nail salon. This is Central Florida's first and only ozone therapy spa, but it's awesome. Something you've never done before. I own it on me. You guys can come in, do a couple of therapies, You know,
we can hold hands in like the chairs.
No, not couples therapy. A couple of therapies.
Couple of therapies, right? So, like, while you're
Don't scare me yet.
like while you're doing ozone therapy, he can sit there and talk to you while you're in the Hocket. And what's great about that is that, you know, not that he's going to see it, but you're not wearing any clothes. You have a robe on.
Oh,
so there's that vulnerability while you're in the sauna,
sexiness.
Talking to him that I think will kind of break a little bit of that ice.
I like that. I like that. Does it work with
when you're
broken?
talking to people
Does it work with
naked,
broken
you know.
hands? I broke my hand recently, so
Absolutely. Yeah. It's
okay, good.
repairs and rejuvenate your cells at the cellular level using activated
Mitochondrial
level. Yes.
So whose face did you hit?
I didn't. I was in a car accident on another date, and the guy was driving, and somebody hit us. Maybe he doesn't want to date me. I'm not the best of luck.
Yeah, that's why you don't date Uber drivers. You know.
I really went down the level of lowness. I just am like, somebody's gotta love me.
All right. Look, here's the thing, Jeannie. I saw you on Netflix's LoveCon Revenge. You're an Orlando girl. Loved having you on the show.
Not used to.
Thank you.
You got screwed over by this Ricky guy, as we all saw on this Netflix show. He scammed you for $12,000. You're a very nice woman, still looking for love. But what did we learn about Ricky scamming you out of the $12K?
Don't trust a Patriots fan. Sorry, Melissa.
Dude had a dad bod too. I mean, he wasn't like.
Oh, he wasn't. But we looked cute in our pictures. I'm glad they put some of those up there. I was like, oh God, I hope they put the good ones up when he like actually did his hair and stuff. Because sometimes I was like, ooh, what am I thinking? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not all that. I'm really not. Like, there's a lot of makeup and hair and all this juju.
How about don't
but
ignore the red flags? How about that?
I think that's when you have a gut feeling about somebody, you have somebody's very pushy about things. Don't, kind of take a step back and maybe take a few days to kind of rethink about everything, because I think that was what it was. It was a lot of pushiness that I thought was like caring and loving, like wanting somebody that like me, but it was more like I just want to be in the relationship.
All right. Well, look,
we can get.
We're gonna take care of you. Your family now, so you get to come on the show, and I love stuff like this. So I've been dealing with Fox's lesbian, love fest lookout, and now I get to deal with yours. And
I have a friend for you, Fox, that I might, I have a girlfriend for you. You might like. So never know.
Fox is like 80. How old's your friend?
I'm not 80.
She's not. She's like 42. Calm down.
No, Fox. See, I told you look like you're in your 40s.
Thank you. I'm 61.
There you go. Well, she's a little younger, but maybe
closer to 80.
Yeah.
How younger? She's a little bit younger. She's 31.
Like 30, 36.
I mean,
you can show her a thing or two.
Has your friend ever dated a history book before?
How's that bald spot, Billy? Is it going?
I'm not the one needing to go out on a date.
He's like, I already got my girl. It's fine.
Rachel's got to accept the bald spot. She's in.
Hey, man, bald is beautiful.
Yeah, there you go.
It's beautiful. It is.
Thank you. See?
Well, and Ben would put on a wig if you don't like bald. He has a cool long-haired wig. He's got.
Listen, half of my hair is not real, so don't even worry about it. I like fake hair. Just throw it on there.
Extensions or a wig?
Extensions. Just.
I was gonna say you don't have to like.
This shit's real.
You don't have like
you have nice long hair. I love it.
Thank you.
I was gonna say you don't have like a was it a or whatever it is? The chicks.
Like Jada Pickett, and you just take it off.
Yeah.
Alopecia.
Can you imagine if I just like bald is beautiful?
Alopecia.
Like Scooby Doo.
Right. Scooby Doo ending.
Oh, now I understand why the 4 really went for you. It's like, I got no hair.
All right. Well, look. Did you so you're 40, so you're 10 years. Did you ever
40?
used to do the chart?
My birthday's next week, just FYI. 41.
Well, Ben will take you out. That's cool.
Virgo?
Virgo.
Did you ever do 10 years younger, did you ever do like when it was safe, the downtown Church Street party scene stuff?
Oh.
Latitudes.
Latitudes. I got a DUI when I was leaving Chillers for the Dollar Drink Nights one time because we did a hurricane party and I drove home. I was like, I'm fine. Yeah, that was fun.
Not fine.
Not fun when you get arrested. That's why I know where Ricky was, because I was there too. a long time ago.
Did you ever do were they Too Hot Tuesdays at Mako's back in the day?
Mako's was the greatest. Mako's 23. We used to
Anything goes.
drag. Ladies, here's the thing. Ladies downtown, my heyday of downtown was like 2008, 2009. I think that was the best time. Between 2008 and 2012, I think were great downtown. And it was just like, you had ladies night, you had free drinks handed to you. You had guys would come in with like the jackets and they would just look nice and dress nice, and you had bottle service, and it was just the best. And now it's just,
yeah.
my friends own places downtown, so I feel for them. I feel for the owners. I feel for everybody that's downtown, because it's not the same.
Yeah, I hosted a lot of gigs downtown Orlando. Chillers, Latitudes, Big Belly.
A lot of gigs down there.
Taboo, Mako's.
I did a lot of Taboos too. That was a lot of fun. Mako's was fun. But I can go further back. Jeannie Lane's, Bonkers, all those places where swing came in, which is before you two kids.
That'd be fun though.
Yeah. The swing scene in Orlando lasted for about a year.
It was
fun. Jeannie Lane's turned into Bar Orlando.
Yep.
And female mud wrestling, which was my event that we used to do at CJ's, which was in Castleberry, but it started at Kate O'Brien's.
I opened CJ's, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. All right. Well, look, Jeannie, you're awesome. Thank you. And I'll hook you up with Ben. I'll shoot you my number. We can exchange if I don't creep you out. And,
thanks, Ben.
Check your Instagram.
He's already there.
Oh God. Every move you make, every step you take.
Just don't ask me for any money. I don't have any left. Just saying.
You can take out a loan though, right?
Oh, I don't even know anymore.
My credit.
That's all right. Ben's not going to ask you for any money because he knows you don't have any left. Don't ask Ben for any money because he's got the same problem.
We're working. This is going to be a great relationship start.
How do you feel about saltines?
How do you feel about going on a date at
first date ramen?
This is where Chillers has to be back, like the dollar drink nights. It was great for drinking.
Salvation Army has a free meal on Thursday nights. What are you doing?
Look, Ben's excited to take you out on a date with your birthday coming up, knowing that you're going to get all these free dinners at
hell yeah,
Longhorn and Denny's and
free desserts. I just say it, and I don't even have to be my birthday. I just say it at the time, just like, oh, it's a birthday, and you get a free dessert. Why not?
You look trustworthy.
Here's what I'm going to tell Ben without you listening, Jeannie. I'm going to tell Ben that he's going to do something no guy has ever done for you, especially on your first date. Maybe you guys will go out on a date before your birthday. But what I'm going to tell him to do is put together a strategic date for your birthday that they do all these free things. And it has nothing to do with not paying. It's just the fun of going to Denny's to get this. It's going to get a donut here. It's going to Longhorn here, going to Olive Garden here. And you guys can go to these different places and share the dessert and share the appetizer.
You need to write a book, because I think that is actually the coolest date thing I've ever heard. Because the problem is, and this is where I think, and if we have to go, just let me know. Again, I'm rambling, but I'm not a girl that needs a lot. I do a lot for myself. I pay my own shit. I don't need a guy that sits there and I don't want to go on a $300 stuffy dinner. I don't want to go to a steakhouse and sit there and feel and have to dress up. If you seriously just take the time and think about something and plan something, I don't care if it costs $5, you know what I mean? And you just did it. And you're like, because that's a great idea.
That's why I was good at dating.
Yeah. Key thing on this is they have to have the apps nowadays in order to get your little birthday gifts. Okay. You'll get birthday bonuses. You can't just walk in and show your ID anymore, which really sucked when I found that out.
Yeah.
But then that's your little extra,
I'll get
the homework.
Well, she's got to have the apps. So you got to tell her what apps to download because it's her birthday, so she's got to have
September 18th. Just remember, it's Thursday. But I'm not going to be, the only problem is I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Vegas for work. So I don't know if all the free things are going to work, because then I have to wait.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, Kobe's, they give you a whole month, and it's more money off on the meal if you do it during the week. So I think you'll be all right.
So they were good. We're good.
Okay.
Got some homework.
And
to
Spen's
do.
just like,
Yeah.
this is getting more expensive
All
now. Kobe's,
like,
calm down, guys.
I'm just gonna go pay for all this shit ahead of time and not tell her that it's free. I swear it's free.
All right. Well, look, we're gonna let you go, Jeannie. I'll shoot you a message here in a bit.
Yeah.
We'll have you back on soon. You're awesome. You're very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can't wait to hear about this thing with Ben. I'm very excited. I love this kind of stuff. Love it.
We could do a video. We could do a video recap of the date.
Yeah. We'll do a show recap of the date, actually.
Yeah, you guys can be filming behind us and just be like, this is how it's going.
Quietly.
Don't egg him on.
Don't.
He'll be there.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you. There you go. Jeannie, ladies and gentlemen. Cool chick. Really.
Right. I'm getting married.